Sometimes when the horse is tense and distracted, it's good to get them in that stretching frame, right? Because if they're tense and distracted, what does that mean? That means maybe they're a little bit in flight mode, right? He's like, oh, it's a little bit cold. There's lots of stuff going on. Maybe there's something he needs to run away from. So you want to get that pole below his withers so that he goes into grazing mode. Yeah, exactly. Get his attention on you. Good. That's really good, Jessica. So I like how you got him to respond to you. Make sure maybe give a little bit sooner. You don't have to hold him in that frame for too long. Just get him there, make him give to you, and then soften and see where you're at. You know, you may have to immediately come again and push him off your inside leg, bend him a little to the inside, whatever it is you're, working on. Oh, your girth is really loose. Do you want me to get it, or can you get it? No, you can reach down and get it. That's a good tool. Keep your foot in the stirrup and then just lean down. Yeah, he needs to hold still. It's best if you keep your foot in the stirrup. I can get it if you can't get it. All right. Yeah, lean all the way down. Here, let me hold it. Let me see you try. So the trick is you gotta keep your finger under the pinion while you're pulling it up. Good tool to know. Come here. Monkey. All right, good. Now we can do the same thing going the other way, getting his attention, getting him yielding off of your inside leg. Yeah, and then give. See if he'll reach. I'm not sure why he's swishing his tail. There you go. Up, half halt, half halt, half halt. There you go. There you go. Scratch him, pat him. Yeah, we're gonna have fun, Noni, today. Good, that's a great stretch right there. And then when he's there, just work on softening your shoulders, softening your neck, sitting a little deeper in the saddle, pulling your seat bones to the front part of the saddle, and then opening up through the thigh knee. Good. So it's not that we don't ever want to close the thigh knee, but we want to use that as an aid. We don't want to have our thigh knee closed so that it becomes a white noise. Right? Just like any of our aids, we want to be able to apply and release. Apply and release. Good. All right, go ahead and start to pick him up. Good, and now get him really round. So it's the same action of the hand, same action of the leg. So no use of the hand without the leg. Always support the action of the rein by using your leg and riding him up into the bridle. There you go. Play and give on the inside rein. Now catch him on the outside rein. Yes. Play and give. Yes. Sometimes you can even give him a little uber striking. Remember, release of the rein. So you, with your inside rein only, kind of stroke up his neck so that you make a loop in the rein, and then you gently take the rein back and take your hand into position. There you go. See how that allows him to drop down. That's what we want. Hug around his belly with your lower leg. Activate his abdominals. There. Yes. Feel that contact going all the way through to your elbow. There you go. Now he doesn't need to have a long rein. Now you're going to work to gradually shorten up the reins to compact the horse from front to back. We want to have the horse a little bit shorter from nose to tail by the end of your ride. Nice. That looks really, really good. How does he feel? Good. Nice. Very distracted though. Yeah, so you got to talk to him a little bit more. You can be a little bit busier. Sometimes you can be a little bit louder with your aids. All right, let's go up the next quarter line, leg yield over. Keep his attention. Busy, busy, busy. So remember that the horse's brain is not connected in the middle. So if he's distracted with something on the right side, you want to get his attention, his focus on the left side. So you get a little busier with your fingers, you get a little busier with your leg on that side. Yep, and now he's going a little bit haunches leading, which is why you're not getting a lot of sideways. Actually, which way are you leg yielding?
Oh, I wasn't, sorry.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's not leg yield. Oh. Oh. Hey, Terry.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Almost done.
It's not COVID, is it?
I'm going to get a test this afternoon.
Okay.
I kind of suspected it. I've had it before.
Oh.
But this really doesn't feel as harsh as the COVID did.
Well, maybe it's a different, variation or whatever, but. Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
So soften a little bit on your inside rein. He doesn't need to be bent in the neck. We just want him straight. There, and use your outside rein to help him to know he's supposed to go a little sideways. There you go. That was really good. Yeah, Terry, I can feed on weekday evenings. It's no problem.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Did you feed him this morning?
Did I feed him this morning? No.
No, I fed him. Okay.
Yeah.
I saw his back door was shut, so I thought maybe you did that.
No, I think Ellen did that if the
Okay.
weather's going to be bad.
Okay.
But I have a hard time opening it.
I couldn't open it either. I just left it shut.
Yeah, I don't see that.
Good. One more leg yield this way, and then we'll change direction. Quarter line. So keeping him on your outside rein in the turns. Flex him, flex him, flex him. Right fingers, right fingers. Yep, and now soften your right fingers. That was a good turn. He was really nice in between your reins. Now you got to keep him flex right. And right leg, and right leg. Yep, he's not going sideways. Increase the driving from your right leg. Increase the half fault on your left rein. But keep the position with your right fingers. So you can still sort of sponge the right fingers to keep him looking right, but it's not the active aid that creates the leg yield in the horse. Does that make sense? Good. That's nice. Allow him to reach a little down and then go across your diagonal. Go for a little lengthening. See if you can make that walk a little bigger. Where's your diagonal? Well, I was gonna say it's a broken diagonal, but it's not that either. It's a Jessica diagonal. Good, and follow, and follow, and follow. Yes, soften through your wrists. So you don't want to block the energy by being tight in your wrists. There you go. And now bring him back. Ask him to come a little rounder. Flex him left. A little bit off your left leg to prepare for the leg yield off your left leg. So you don't want to wait until your leg yield to make sure your horse is listening to your inside leg. Pretty. Okay, now right elbow back and down. Oh, where's your, okay, we'll do the, no. You're gonna leg yield from the quarter line back over to the track. Oh, okay. So if that happens, he's drifting out, right? That's what you're saying? So sponge your right fingers, because he's sort of leaning on the right rein, and then clobber him with your right leg. He's not allowed to do that. You got to set some boundaries with him, especially in the beginning. You don't want to take your whole ride till you're finally, your horse goes, oh, I'm not supposed to drift out. Do that right away. You're supposed to stay between your reins, between your legs. Yeah. Okay, and now quarter line. So keep him flex left, but turn from your outside rein. Keep the right rein. Keep the right rein. Good. Now get him straight. Yep. And they get there. Good. That was pretty perfect, actually. Oh, there you lost the shoulders. That's where you, so what always happens is as soon as the closer you get to the rail, the more you lose the shoulder. So that's when you have to bring your elbow back, keep his body in alignment. You might need to sponge that right rein. So remember, it's like that game of operation. If he's getting too close to your boundaries, you need to give him a little like, nope, buzz, 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 like a little buzz, buzz, buzz. So that he finds that the release of the pressure is by staying between the reins. Yep, turn a little bit early. Turn now. Pretty. Now keep your right elbow. Keep him a little straighter on the right rein. So have him so straight that maybe you could make him look a little right during your leg yield. Yeah, better. Good. That was pretty. Nice. And pat him on the inside. Keep your right rein. No, you gotta keep your outside rein. So whenever I say pat him, it's always on the inside. Unless I say pat him on the outside. Oh, I think something bit me in the neck. Ouch. All right, down at that end, go ahead and pick up your trot, getting him nice and round. So straight on the right rein, play and give on the left. Roll the shoulders back. Nice. Yep, don't let him drift right. Sponge, sponge, sponge your right rein. Sponge, sponge, sponge your right rein. Turn a bit early. Good, that was a good turn. Yes. There you really had him contained on your outside aids. That was really nice. Okay, and trot. Into the right rein. Yes. Good, now check in with your tempo. Give him a little half halt and then soften, allow him to reach. Yes. Turn a bit early so he doesn't drift out. Right fingers, right rein, right fingers, right leg. That's it, and then soften on the left. Wow, look at you guys. Stay soft through your wrists. Nice, Jessica. Yes. Exactly. Take a big circle down there and do just that. Work on your stretch. Think about your tempo. So here his tempo is a little bit quick, right? So bring him back, give him a half halt, and then as soon as you feel his tempo slow down, soften both hands forward and let him reach. Let him swing. That's it. So if he's going too quick, his hind legs are moving really fast, his back has to tighten up in order for him to move his hind legs that fast. We want to make him slow the tempo a little bit so that he can relax in his back and swing over his whole top line. Yeah, your half halt has to include a little bit of leg so that you help regulate his tempo. Noni needs a tune-up ride. Yeah, if he's up there, put a little pressure on, get his attention, bend him, yeah, and then soften. Yes, like that. Very effective. Come to the middle and circle in the middle. Regulate his tempo with your posting. So rather than following his tempo with the posting, let him follow you. Leg. Yes. There you go. Good. And breathe. And let him snort. So encourage him to breathe by you breathing. Exactly. And roll your shoulders. Good. Couple shoulder rolls. Your shoulders tend to kind of get up towards your ears. We want them to be back and down. You should do those at work. Just anytime you're thinking about riding, because I know you do, you just do a shoulder roll. Open your shoulders. Squeeze them together. You have to create a little bit of muscle tension between your shoulder blades in order to allow your chest to open up and relax, because your chest is too tight. That's what causes your shoulders to slouch forward, is your chest, the muscles in your chest sort of contract. Good, there you go. Now go across the diagonal and stretch them down, going the other way. Steady tempo. When is she going to go across the diagonal, everybody? Good, don't let him drift right. Play and give. Constantly moving that bit. Yeah, don't let him go around with his head up in the air. Make him do something. Get his attention. It's not even good for him. When his head's up in the air, his back is dropped. That's not comfortable for him. It's not comfortable for you, for him to be going around that way. Yeah, so that's when you got to shape him, move him around. Yeah, and then once he gives to you, you soften and let him carry himself. Good. Talk to him. There you go. And circle here in the middle and get a little stretch down this way. Good. Yeah, so you can already be shortening your reins once he's at the bottom of his stretch, because the only place he can go from there is up. You know what I mean? You can have contact at the bottom of a stretch. It's not that you're letting the energy totally go out through the front. The reins are long, but they're not loose. We just use a little release of the rein to communicate to him that you're heading in the right direction. And then once he's at the bottom of the stretch, he should find a little contact again. There you go, like that. Now play with the fingers, keep moving the bit in his mouth, even when he's at the bottom of the stretch. Now you gotta pick up your reins, bend him, do something, get him put together, quicker. Yep, and then give. Yes, exactly. There you go. And soft and loose and breathe. And now take up the contact. Yeah, don't let him go around like that. Good. So maybe take up your inside rein first so that you bend him as soon as he comes up. Yeah, take your right rein and bend him. And then take your outside rein. Yeah, and now give again. Yes, like that. Control his tempo with your posting. Oh. You guys are funny sometimes. You're getting the right idea. It's getting a lot better. It's just, today he's a little bit more tight, right? So it's harder. You have to maybe spend a little bit more of time kind of loosening him and suppling him. So that's those moments where, when he comes up, really take the contact, put a little pressure on, bend him, make him go a little sideways. He's got to engage that inside hind leg. And then as soon as you feel him say, yes, ma'am, then you soften. Okay? soften as long as he's reaching down. As soon as he starts to come up, take the reins, little leg yield. So it's a really dynamic feeling between you two. Like ultimately, yes, you want him to stretch down. So if you take up the contact and then he's like, oh, I want to stretch, then you go with it, right? Yeah, exactly. Because he needs to know, okay, so what you're asking is for him to give you a nice stretch. So the way that we communicate that to the horse is through the pressure and release. So the horse is always seeking the release of the pressure. So if he's up, you don't want to have a loose rein, because then he's like, oh, there's no contact up here. Maybe she wants my head up in the air, right? So you're like, no, I don't want you up there. You take the pressure. You use all of the tools that we've been using. You flex him, you supple him, you bend him. You have to help him loosen up his spine. All of those things. And then as soon as he's like, oh, okay, that feels kind of good, you'll feel the horse kind of give in his body. Then you're like, okay, ask him to stretch down. Open the fingers. Remember, it's kind of like a test. It's a test. Okay, what I just did, was it effective? If so, then your horse is going to want to stretch down. So then you communicate to the horse that, yes, I want you to stretch down by softening the reins, allowing him to go down there. But that horse is really seeking the contact. He wants to know where the hand is. The bit is a comfortable place that he wants to go. There you go. All right, let's pick him up. Good. So you see how when you picked up your reins, he kind of got a little bit quicker. Okay, so that's when you've got to give him a little half halt. You say, hey, instead of going faster, use your hind end. So, yep, bring your weight over his tail, and your legs kind of indicate to him how quickly you want him to be walking. That's your job, to regulate his tempo. Okay, now his head is up. So do you feel that he's bracing against one rein or the other? Do you know what I mean when I say that? Okay, if he's bracing on the left, then flex him a little to the left and leg yield a little bit off your left leg and see what happens. There, that was a good answer. Okay, now how about you flex him back to the right and leg yield a little bit off of your right leg and see what happens. Yeah, so to me, he's not quite giving as much to the right rein as he is to the left rein. Do you see that? See how he's still up? He's still... Yeah, so there you have to come with a little more pressure. You have to say, no, that's not what I want. I want you to give. Yes. So you have to work that through. Like that. Okay. So that was a really nice, you're very sweet and soft and kind. And that is one excellent way to reward your horse when he gives something like that, is to let him stretch down. You don't always have to give that much. Does that make sense? So you can give, your give can be just, without lengthening the rein, you can soften your hand a little forward. You can just, you're sponging your fingers, you can just sort of stop asking. You can relax your hand on the rein. So those are all different ways to reward your horse. So do that again. Flex him a little bit right. Keep your left rein. Flex him a little bit right until he gives. Yeah. And then soften. Good. Exactly. And no hand without leg. So make sure you're supporting the action of your rein by riding him from the back to the front. Yes, see? Now he's exactly where we want him. He's reaching down into the contact. Just like that. Just like that. So he doesn't always have to go forward and down with the nose. Sometimes he needs to release And he needs to really release in his back. He needs to release in the base of his neck and come a little bit rounder over his top line. So that we're compacting the horse from the nose to the tail. We want that horse to take up less space from the front to the back. Otherwise, he's what we call strung out. So right now I would say he's strung out. He's a little bit on the forehand. So you have to sort of contain him a little bit in the front so that he lifts through the base of his neck, he lifts through his back, and your half halt goes all the way through to his tail, through his hind end. That's what we say the horse is through. Do you know what that term means? So when your horse is through, you feel this a little bit with him is like, so if he's not taking the contact, say you're stretching him down, you put a little leg on and now he takes a little bit more contact, right? So there you're riding the energy from the back to the front. But then we also, when we have the horse on contact, we want to be able to half halt the rein, the outside rein in particular, and you want to feel the horse respond with the hind leg. So how does the horse respond with the hind leg? He slows down a little bit. He keeps that hind leg grounded a hair longer so that the joints in his hind leg flex and bend. He sits down a little bit. So when he sits down with the hind end, he can come up in the front. And that's how we rebalance the horse, because the horse naturally carries 60% of their weight on the forehand, 40% on the hind end. We want the horse to carry more weight on the hind end when we're riding them. That's how they stay sounder longer. It's been proven. So that's why I'm trying to get you to keep your reins a little bit shorter now and do less with the release. Because now you have him going in the right direction, right? Now you're softening him, and when he gives, you're releasing and he's stretching down. That's exactly what we want him to do. Now you want to start taking those same aids and making them smaller. Good. Yeah, and working to shorten up the reins. So as he gives to you, yes, you take the slack out of the rein. You give him a little half halt, and there should be a feeling for a moment where the reins are a little bit softer, looser. But then you want to quickly take the slack out to support him in that better balanced position. Yep, this is good. Heading in the right direction. Open up through the chest. Flex him a little right. Push him off the right leg. And then take the slack out of your right rein. Yeah. Yes. Good. And then half halt your left rein so that he stays a little bit more on the hind leg. There you go. Good. Pretty. Okay. Let's do this in the trot. So shorten up the reins to prepare for trot, because your horse is going to come up in the frame. Yep. Make sure he's still connected. Yes. Like that. Yep. All right. So first adjust your tempo. Big half halt. Big half halt. Sometimes you have to do lots of big half halts with him. This is like how he used to be all the time. Don't let him drift out so much. He needs to stay a little more in. There. Yes. Now play around with how small can your play and give be. You know, your play has to be as big as it needs to be in order to get him to release to you. But your give doesn't need to be that big. Your tempo is a little bit quick still. Flex him, a little bit off your right leg. Your left rein keeps him from drifting left. Shorten up the reins so that you don't feel like you're pulling back. So here you have a feeling of pulling back towards your lap. Good. Feel that connection all the way through to your elbow. And then half halt from your center, from your core. Yes, and then be soft in your wrists. Sometimes I just my give is a little bit like just softening the way I'm holding the rein. So for you, sometimes your wrists get a little bit tight. So maybe your give can be just softening through your wrists a little bit. You don't have to rein. Don't have to let the rein get any longer. There you go. Yes. And keep flexing him right. More. Yeah, see how he got quicker there? Half out your left rein. From your center. Yeah, like that. And then soften. That's his reward. Stay in a little bit off the track, please. There you go. Like that. That was a good moment. Yes, good. Yes, flex him. A little bit right leg. Yes. Yes, and then work to shorten up the reins. Now come on a 20-meter circle here. Turn your upper body, right leg at the girth, outside leg a little behind the girth. Get a feeling that you're pushing the rib cage out. Your outside rein is containing the outside shoulder. That was a really big circle. It was like a 40-meter oval. Good, maybe shorten the right rein so you don't have to keep working so hard on it. Yes. And the goal is to play and give on the right rein, catch him on the left rein. Keep turning, keep turning, keep turning. Turn with your outside rein. Turn your upper body. Your shoulders need to turn more. Yeah, your circle is not a circle. It's like an oval. I want it to be a little more centered here in the middle. Don't go all the way down there. Yes, good. And turn. And turn. Circle. Good. He's got to give a little bit in the base of his neck. So that, yes, like that. Good. Yes. And shorten up the reins even more. So that you find a feeling of giving forward. Yes, you shorten your left rein, but not your right rein. It's got to look a little right. Play, play, play on the right rein until he gives. Yeah, he likes to lean a little bit on the right rein. Yes, play, play, play until he gives, and then soften. Find a way to soften without giving the whole rein forward. But he gave you the right answer there where he was reaching down. Do you see that? Yeah. So your outside rein is what limits how low he can reach down. If you want him to stay up and a little bit more on the hind end, your outside rein can give him a little half halt. You're going to work to shorten up both reins so that he can't dive down on the forehand. He stays around, but he keeps a little bit more up. We want now the pole a little bit above the withers. So the neck is a reflection of the balance. If his neck is low, he's a little bit on the forehand. If his neck is up, he's on the hind end. But the back is the bridge that we're sort of addressing. So the way he came out today was high with his head but tight in his back, right? So we use the stretching to help him soften and release over his back. Play, play, play on the right rein. There you go. All right, now go across the diagonal right here. Turn. Don't let him get quick. Half halt from your center. Control that tempo with your posting. Yep, that was good. And now you have a new inside rein, a new outside rein. So push him off your new inside leg into your new outside rein. And half halt your right rein because we know he likes to drift out. And check in with your tempo. Yes. Good. Now come on a circle in the middle. And bend him. So here again, he's braced in the base of his neck. And that's what we know, that then he's also braced in his back. So use a little lateral bending to help your longitudinal flexion. Do you know what I mean when I say that? Okay. So use the bending to soften him over the back and then allow him to reach, but you don't have to let the rein any longer. Just allow him to reach into the contact on the outside rein. Now shorten your left rein a hair so that he's looking left and you don't have to work so hard. Yes, and leg. Yes. Good. Also consider that your body his body is mirroring your body. So if he's tight in his neck, he's tight in his back, make sure you're not tight in your neck and not tight in your back. Good. And again, find a circle. Yep, don't lean. Turn your upper body. Yep, you got to bend him more. Open the left rein. Yeah, there you go. Yes, now your reins are an effective length. Now play with the bit. Play with the bit. Half halt. And then soften. And then half halt again if you need to. And then soften again. So that can be really, really quick. Circle right here. Half halt, soften. Half halt, soften. Half halt, soften. That's how, you know, that's how we create a passage. Half halt, soften. Half halt, soften. Half halt, soften. So if he's just running, you need to do more half halts. Quicker. Yes. So every time you sit, half halt, half halt, half halt. As you rise, soften, soften, soften. Leg, 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 leg. Yes, good, good, good. Now shorten your left rein and bend him. He's not bent. Yes, like that. Yes. If he's leaning in, push him a little bit off your left leg. But then if he gets too quick, half halt your right rein. Good, like that. Yes. Feel a little bit forward with both hands. Yes, good. Super. Play, play, play on the left rein. Half halt your right rein. Yes, and it's off. That was a really good moment. Yes, Jessica. Good, now you're getting it. Does that feel better?
Yeah. It took me all this time to finally get it there at the end.
You what?
It took me all that time to finally be able to get it at the end.
Yeah, you got to use both reins. It's a balance between both reins. And he's got a lot of energy today, right? So it's a little bit tricky because you still need to be using your leg, but it's a different leg than, like, say if you were riding Charlotte, right? That kind of leg is like you take both legs off and you kind of kick her, like, get up here, go. When Noni's like this, it's kind of more of a hugging, like a supportive leg. So, like, let him know where you're at. Anytime, like when a horse is like this, I love riding them when they're like this. Because then you just hug your leg around him, and then you just give him a little impulse. I don't think we're going to cancer today because he's a little too crazy. He looks really tight in his body. Oh. 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 Yeah. Oh, my sweet pony. Yeah, he needs a good massage. He's such a hard worker. When Lynn gets back, Lynn, the next door neighbor, she does body work. I'm going to have her do some body work on him. She's great. And if you ever need body work, I highly recommend her. She does people and horses. Mm-hmm. We can be done. That's fine. He is so cute.